What's good with you? Back in black with another Modern Warfare 2 video. Today, I got another gameplay commentary for you guys. As you can see right now, we are using the EBR-14. I actually got this gold yesterday, and I guess what you're watching right now is me trying it out for the first time. Reason being is because initially I was working on the marksman rifles, and then I ran into this little roadblock where I had to use the EBR just to unlock the SO14, which I will also have a gameplay of that coming soon. But in the meantime, you know, I had to use this and rank it up to level 14 just to unlock the SO14 like I initially said, and I will say I was very pleasantly surprised at the effectiveness of the EBR-14. But not really, I guess I could say, because marksman rifles in general are pretty ham and kind of hard to beat, considering for the most part they're 1 to 2 shot kills, especially if you hit them in the head. More often than not, you're going to get a 1-hit kill headshot. So in a sense, I would say marksman rifles are very slept on and going under the radar, because in my personal experience using this EBR, I guess you'll see in the gameplay, I kind of started going crazy, and it was giving me like Modern Warfare 3 vibes from the M14 back in that day, because that gun was also pretty OP, but a lot of people didn't like using it because, generally speaking, I feel like a lot of people don't like using single shot weapons unless it's a sniper rifle. When it comes to, like, you know, marksman rifles or battle rifles, people feel like it's an assault rifle, but not only is it single fire, you also move a lot slower than you normally would with a regular AR or a submachine gun. And you know, people generally like to run around and rush and whatnot. It's either that or they're camping. But the thing about marksman rifles is I feel like you can take a little bit of a hybrid role where, yeah, you're going to be a lot better at medium to long range, but you still have the capability to run around and, you know, do what you got to do. But I will say you definitely do have to change up your play style if you're a rusher when it comes to using marksman rifles. You kind of just want to get a nice little piece of cover, chest high, or maybe shoulder high, a nice little head glitch. Kind of want to, you know, anticipate the team's movements and, you know, do what you can from there. Reason being is because you only get 10 rounds in the magazine initially, which might make it seem like you're at a bit of a disadvantage as far as taking on multiple people at the same time. And you know how it is in Call of Duty. Typically, when you kill one person, there's like at least 1 or 2 more, or maybe even 3 around the corner, because people like to run in packs in this game. So again, you know, running around with a 10-round magazine, you got to be a little more methodical with your movements and thought processes, which I'm sure you will see in this gameplay. Somehow, some way, I ended up getting 50+ kills and under 15 deaths, and I still had the most hardpoint time despite me using a marksman rifle. So again, that just goes to prove that you can indeed move around and play the objective while using a long-range weapon. You just gotta, again, be very methodical with your movement and kind of anticipate where the enemy is coming from. And from there, you should be in a pretty good spot as long as you have good aim, because as you can see, is like I said, it's a 1 to 2 hit kill kind of weapon. So as long as you get that first shot in, more often than not, the enemy won't really have any time to react unless, of course, you miss. In which case, if they have a 1-hit kill weapon, or, you know, something that, well, I guess everything kills kind of fast in this game. But point being is, this is a high risk, high reward archetype of weapon, and the more often you don't miss, or the more often you hit your shots, the more often the team will despise you, because this gun is very powerful. And yeah, I don't know, if this gameplay doesn't you know, drive that point home good enough, I will try to upload some more so I can make a valid point. I do want to talk about the attachments a little bit. You guys saw what I was rendering in the beginning. This is exactly what I came into the game with. With this gun, you really want to focus on 2 things, and in my personal opinion, is going to be aim down sight time, especially since I'm playing a 6v6 game mode. Marksman rifles are kind of heavy, and they take a long time to bring up, so the faster or the better you can improve your aim down sight time, the better the weapon will be overall. Of course, you do kind of want to again, anticipate movements and sit back on head glitches, so you might not necessarily need aim down sight time, and maybe you want to opt for aiming stability instead, which is also a pretty big factor I would try to improve on this gun, because when you spam the bullets, I guess the magnitude of recoil, or at least the visual recoil, is very much so, because very often, not very often, but occasionally I'll be spraying the trigger as fast as I can, and the aim will, you know, move up above the player's head, or it'll go slightly off to the left or right because of the bounce of the weapon in general. So Definitely would recommend putting a foregrip on there. You guys saw I had the pineapple. You can use basically any foregrip that improves the recoil steadiness because basically the I guess the center speed is pretty fast on this gun, so you don't have to wait too long for the dot to return back to the center of your screen. But the more you spam, the more it will go off center. So again, anything that improves the vertical recoil, maybe even put a muzzle on there. I had the suppressor on there as well to improve my damage range, and it also improves the recoil steadiness. I wouldn't say that the M14, or I'm not sorry, not M14. I wouldn't say the EBR necessarily needs a boost to its range because it's already a marksman rifle, and it already has good bullet penetration. So, you know, I guess you could say this is just a little extra insurance for me to make sure that I can kill somebody if they so happen to be at a super long range. And yeah, like I said, this does also require I guess a playstyle change up. Like I said, you can rush around, but I would definitely recommend pre-aiming every corner you can. As you can see, I kind of tried to go for the sprint just to get to the door before he did, and then he caught me with my pants down pretty much. And because I did improve the sprint out time, but it's still pretty slow generally speaking, I took the L there because he had a faster aim down sight time. So moral of the story with these marksman rifles is that you definitely want to you know, get on perches. It's kind of like a pseudo sniper assault rifle kind of role. Run from head glitch to head glitch and just pre-aim your corners, and you will be the bane of your the enemy team's existence. You know what I'm saying? You will make them not have a good time. But that's pretty much it for me as far as what I had to say about this gun. I actually enjoyed leveling it up very much so. I got it gold yesterday. I might put a screenshot of that at the end of the video just so you don't think I'm bullshitting, or maybe I'll just upload some more gameplay using this weapon because it's so good that I just might add it to my you know, one of my custom classes, because it was just really that much fun to use. I can consistently drop at least 40 plus kills using this junk. And imagine, like, I didn't even put an extended mag on it. Imagine if I put an extended mag and people just keep running up to me, like, and I already have 20 bullets. But I don't know. I really don't feel like moving that slow when I run around the map, because this game is very much so predicated on speed and how quickly you can do something, considering everything happens in milliseconds when it comes to gunfights in this game. So I don't know. I think this gun is very adaptable. You can change the barrel out and put something shorter on and give it some even faster aim down sight speed, but of course that will significantly hurt your damage range, which I'm not really a fan of, because I really enjoy getting those 1 to 2, maybe even 3 shot kills. More often than not, it's going to be 1 to 2 unless you shoot them in like the arm or the foot or something like that. But sometimes, you know, people move very erratic in this game, so it's very possible that you might run into a situation like that. As you can see, I got the VTOL up, and I'm kind of just patrolling this whole section, like this whole I guess this whole side of the map, because the way I play on this map in general, I feel like it's not necessarily like that map that has the old time castle slash fortress on it, but it kind of plays the same way, in the simple fact that there are 2 buildings that you really want to take over. You're either taking over this building or you're taking over the other one, and considering that it's hardpoint, and the hardpoint is kind of where I am right now. Essentially, I'm moving into more of a defensive stance where the EBR can really shine, because again, I'm already going to be pre-aimed more often than not. If the hardpoint was on the other side and I had the attack, this is where I would start relying on that aim down sight speed and whatever attachments I can use for that, because again, very often you can get caught with your pants down with this kind of weapon, because the aim down sight time is slightly slower than it would be for an AR or a submachine gun. And again, I just want to drive home the point that you really gotta think 2 steps ahead of your enemy. Like, yeah, I didn't really do it right there, but you want to keep a nice little distance. The further away you can keep your opponents, the better you will be overall. Pre-aim your corners like you see me doing right now. I'm also trying to level up this rocket launcher, which honestly I'm having a really hard time, you know, leveling up these launchers. I don't have, the only launcher I have gold right now is the Pila, and that's because you can lock on the stuff with it. When it comes to trying to hit UAVs and stuff with the Shrella, it is, whew. I mean, it's possible, but it took me like 3 days to even learn how to like calculate how far ahead of the UAV I even needed to aim. And it's not like people are calling in Wilsons and stuff like that anymore. I will say the counter UAV does make it very easy to you know, shoot. Oh my god, you see what I'm doing to these guys over here? This guy sitting on the head glitch, he kind of got hip and tried to beat me at my own game, but I'm pretty sure I still killed him when it's all said and done. Or I think he ran away, actually. I don't even know what happened. He already knew what time it was. He saw me murk his whole team. He's like, yo, I'm out of there. But yeah, man, I don't know, this gun is really a joy to use, man. I'm getting triples, quads, doubles, all that stuff, and ironically, for one of the challenges, you actually do need to get double kills, which I will say that these marksman rifles are going by pretty fast out there. Like I'm not even going for marksman rifles as far as trying to like get them gold or whatever, but like I can already see myself having a great time, especially like when I get to use the SPR, because everybody's been using that, and I myself, I haven't necessarily touched it yet, but you know, considering it's just a one-hit kill weapon where you just, as long as you have good aim, you're going to be pooping on everybody. I can't wait to start using that. But in the meantime, I'm over here using these I'm over here trying to level up these battle rifles. It's just that I so happen to have to use this marksman rifle in particular to unlock the SO14, which we're going to see what that gun is talking about. I feel like it's just going to be an EBR with less damage and maybe a faster fire rate, but you know, a different archetype is a different archetype. Like I said in a previous video, I feel like they did a really good job, you know, like I guess balancing all the weapons or whatever thought process they went into when creating all of them, because they all feel very unique and they all have their nice little flavor. I wouldn't say one gun is just a placeholder like any other gun in particular, and every gun also makes you change up your playstyle ever so slightly, and that's also a really good thing I enjoy about this game, is that this hard push for variety, not only in the weapons you use but in your playstyle as well. They just really try to make you experience the game fully, which I can't say Call of Duty has done that in a long time. It's kind of like everybody just kind of finds their favorite meta weapons and that's just it. But because the game kind of makes you use everything, just because you have to unlock everything in the game if you want to, you know, get all the camos or attachments, it just makes the game better for it overall, because everybody has to like get outside of their comfort zone or get outside of their box. Myself personally, I consider myself an adaptable, versatile player, so sometimes I will be rushing around, but as you can see with this weapon, I can't really do that. I mean, it kind of seems like I am because the way I'm moving around the map, but it's just a lot of UAVs and me being very methodical, pre-aiming my corners and like just taking things not as fast as I could, but still fast enough to where I could be effective. And you'll see the score at the end somehow, some way. I didn't even notice, honestly, but I ended up having the most hill time, which I think is very unprecedented considering the type of gun I was using. So I just wanted to showcase how good the EBR is, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to aim for that like button and shoot that subscribe button as well. It'll help you find better teammates and improve your skill-based matchmaking. Other than that, I hope you guys have a lovely day. Thank you for watching, and Black Guy out.